5 and Proverbs 5:23. Proverbs 5:23. Did I have one more up there?
He shall die without instruction.
He shall die without instruction.
And in the greatness of his folly, he shall go astray.
Ignorance of God's word. You know what ignorance of God's word is? Ignorant is that you refuse, not just lacking, they actively neglect it. You are stupid. You know what God's word said, and you're a man, and you're a man, and you go sleep with a man. You're a woman, and you're a woman, you go sleep with a woman. You're a woman, and you call yourself a pastor, and you see it in God's word. It's been explained to you. It's been given to you. You say you're saved, and God say he will give you a pastor. You say you're saved, and God say forsake not the assembling of yourself, and you stay home, and you don't come to church. And then you got people that know, these are people, like I said earlier, that know more than the pastor. I'm going to sit somewhere else today. I ain't coming to church today. I'm going to sit in me another church. And I'm going to say this right now. You know what? She got to go home and live with that devil. Amen. She got to put up with him in the house, with his ungodly ways, with sometimes his attitude. She got to deal with that. Oh, Pastor Wright don't say it. Yeah, I'm going to say it. You saving your husband not, you saving your wife not, you got to deal with that spirit. Just like the sister here, I married you. I was good enough to marry you, but your husband not good enough to let you come to church here because I don't agree with his ungodly way, so I'll take you out of my church. You a fool to stay home and let a man take you out of a holy church. I couldn't go back to the Bible. I'd go somewhere. I'm not going to stay home and let my family die, my children die, and everybody else die. It say, you say you're a child of God. So God say, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. How are God people destroyed from lack of knowledge? Because you rejected. You reject God's word. St. John 8:32. Not just reject it, you walk away from it. You don't want no understanding of God's word. You are disobedient. Not only were they just a lack of knowledge, but they sin against God by rejecting it. There's no faithfulness in steadfast love. You say you love God. God, why call you me Lord, Lord, and do not the thing which I say? They were only ignorant because they rejected it. Read, please.
And ye shall know the truth.
And you shall know the truth.
And the truth shall make you free.
So then when you know the truth, why are you sitting at home? Don't get mad at me. Why so many people mad at Pastor Wright? I just tell you the truth. If I tell you something that's a lie, get up and find you another church. Or if I said something wasn't true, then say, Pastor, you misquoted this. This is what the word is saying. Explain it to me again. You tell me you're a child of God and you're a woman and you wearing pants, you're a cross-dresser. You tell me that you're a child of God and you're a man and you wearing a skirt and a blouse and a dress, you're a cross-dresser. You're a drag queen. All these sanctified women walking around talking about they saved and they got on pants. They dressing like the transvestite. 1 Corinthians 1:30. Do I have one more up here? Put it up, please. 1 Corinthians 1, verse 30. Read, please. Read. But of him, but of Jesus, that's the reason you are where? You don't have any excuse. You don't have any excuse. You sitting at home doing stuff you shouldn't do. The children of Israel got in trouble by being disobedient to God. Where do we get in trouble? Being disobedient to God. Where do we get in trouble? We say we're a child of God. We don't pray. We don't fast. We don't seek the face of God. Caution, LGBT activists reveal their true plan to attack children. Since you don't read it and don't know about it, And it's my job to give you knowledge. Let's look at what it says. Bring it up, please. Look at them. The secret motive of the LGBT crowd has been exposed and is worse than ever imagined. They will make you sit down, be quiet, and shut up in school, and they'll wear their colors every day, and they don't want you to wear a cross. Some liberals claim all the LGBT crowd want is acceptance and to be left alone, but nothing could be further from the truth. They are so hateful that they don't want Chick-fil-A to open up another restaurant in New York. They'll protest. They'll go against it. They don't want you to say you're a child of God. They want you to close down because it's not about you. It's about their ungodly and their nasty ways, and they don't want you to say you're a child of God. Parents everywhere should read this with caution along with their Bible and take note what the LGBT actors want to do to your child. Whether you want it or not, they're determined to have the world adapt their agenda. Know what Harvard said? The girls, all female sorority, they said we're dropping it for being all female now. If you're a boy and you want to join the Deltas, all female. If you're a boy and you want to join the Delta sorority, you can join and be a Delta. Name another one of them. AKA, and you want to join, what's them all boys sorority? If you're a girl and you want to join the Sister Wright, go ahead on. Get online. Join. Tell them you feel like you're a boy today. I want to join it. I want to squall. Can you imagine? Oh, they in everywhere. That's reason it's so easy for them to pastor church. And I refuse to sit in the pulpit with a woman call herself a pastor. And you a man and your woman call herself a pastor. Look, believe it or not, this is how they hold massive conferences, training their supporters how to target children. See, this is where preaching has to come to now. I have to show you what they're doing. Then I got to go to the Word of God. Then I got to put it up, and you see what they're doing. Doing one particular conference set to train parents on how to discuss gender with their children. War and Out of Control leftists who authored the book, The Gender-Created Child, went on to explain to parents how children as young as 2-year-old can determine their gender. Excuse the expression. Let me say this. Let me tell you how you determine your gender. A boy has a penis and a girl has a vagina. That's how you train them. Oh, yeah. I'm saying it now, but guess what? Brother Denson, when you go to school, that's where they're going to teach it. Just like in kindergarten, when the little boy say, my daddy was, and he say this and that, that's the way they're teaching it now. But what they're telling you is it don't matter whether he got a penis or not. If he want to be a she, then he can be a she. That's what they teaching, and that's what they showing you in the book. Jack and Jill went up the hill to get a pail of, no, Jack and Tom went up the hill to get a pail of water. And it's in the books now, raining on up. They say you have a colleague who is a transgender, and there's a video of him as a toddler, so he was assigned female at birth. You don't know who that kid sitting next to in your class, in that transgender bathroom. You don't know what they've been teaching at home. So when your child come home and say somebody touched him in the private, you better make sure. We used to tell them to make sure that if a man touched, you better make sure if it's another child. Better be active in school. Better be active on the bus. There's a video of him as a toddler tearing barrettes out of them, her hair, and throwing them on the ground and sobbing. That's a gender message. So then you look at me, now I'm crying because now my parents done messed me up. You realize how long this has been going on? If you ever look at an old episode of Law and Order, in an old episode of Law and Order SUV, they had them on now. And see, they start bringing this in. Do you know one of the last episodes of Law and Order, the female lawyer on there, you know what she was? As it was going off, and the guy answered her for a date, and she looked at him, she said, "Didn't you know I was a lesbian?" You remember that episode? The little pretty lady. All that time. But they won't let you know that we had y'all covered. The gender association, when it happened not just 1, 2, or 3 times, that gender message, sometimes kids between the age of 1 and 2 would begin language say, "I boy," when you say girl, those words, "I boy," that's not a pre-verbal, but an early verbal message. You want to hear the rest of this message? Come on down the back to the Bible. This woman is so deranged, she actually thinks a little 2-year-old girl ripping the breasts out of her hair is doing so because she thinks she's really a boy.